of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, Susan and I, along with Nico, our dog, had a week by the beach. We had a cottage on the beach where we could overlook the sand dunes onto the beach and out to sea. A lovely space. On the first morning we were there, Nico was unsettled through the night, new place, all of that. Susan got up quite early, 5:30, 5:15, to take him outside and do what he needed to do. She went out and she opened the blinds and looked out and ran back and said, "I think you need to get up now with your camera." And I rushed out of bed, I looked through the window and wow, the sky was bright colours. There was a deep orange glow and bright orange glow down near the horizon where the sun was rising. But in the sky it was reds and pinks and also dark blues where the night sky was still back this way. And it went down to light whites and blues and cloud formations through it. It was stunning. And I went out and connected with it. I took, I don't know how many photos. And then we went out onto the beach and took photos of this sunrise that reflected off the water and off the wet sand, and it was stunning. And the walk along the beach that morning felt like being enveloped in this sunrise, in the sun and the colour and this just majestic kind of experience, really. It was wondrous. It was really wonderful. It was one of those experiences that's where you just feel caught up in this thing that's happening. You have no control. It's kind of that transcendent experience beyond who we are and what we are. It was really an amazing kind of moment. Taking photos for me in that sort of situation, I mean, it can two different kind of things. It could be taking photos to try and capture and hold on to this scene, this majestic scene, this mystery that's there, and hold on to it and clutch it and define it. Or that's one possibility, but for me it's more about connecting in with it, to look through the camera and with the camera to see and to help create and to experience this scene and to paint a picture of the beauty and the wonder, to engage with it, to experience it in a richer, deeper way. It's something that's got to get into you, and in its way changes you. This week is the week before, is the Sunday before Lent, the long season of preparation, of reflection as we lead into Easter, a season of life and transformation. This week the story is the same each year, with a different inflection, it's a different way of telling each from Matthew, Mark or Luke's story of Jesus. This year it's from Luke. And it's usually called Transfiguration because Jesus takes three disciples, Peter, James and John, up a mountainside. And mountains are important in the biblical story because they take us closer to the heavens, to where the gods dwell, if you like. And when they're there, there's this mysterious experience. Jesus is so-called transfigured. In this mystical, visionary experience, he turns white, glowing, and he's joined by two other characters. Moses, the great liberator of God's people who brought the people out of Egypt, and the lawgiver, the one through whom God gave the law, the Ten Commandments. And then there's Elijah, the prophet, the great prophet. And these three, Jesus, Moses and Elijah, are talking, and the disciples are amazed and drawn into this visionary, deeper experience. And Peter says, "Shall we make 3 shelters for the night, for you 3?" Peter wants to contain and hang on to this experience, to keep it, to hold it. But he can't. And out of the mists and the clouds that surround them, a voice comes, "This is my son. Listen. I'm well pleased with him." And then the whole thing disappears. And it's just the four of them. And then they go down the mountain, and when they get down the mountain, there's a commotion because the disciples and a crowd are there, and the man with a boy who's not well, who's in the rhetoric of the Bible is demon possessed. And there's nothing anyone can do, and the disciples don't know what to do, and Jesus is frustrated because how much more do I need to teach you? And he prays with this boy, and this boy is restored to his right mind. What I hear in the story every year is the two dimensions of life. Is that ecstatic, mysterious, wondrous, awe-inspiring moment of standing on the beach with this unfolding sunrise, of spectacular colour and beauty and wonder, enfolding me into it, this experience of wonder and mystery and majesty. But alongside those kind of transcendent, holy, sacred, big moments, there's the ordinary moments of life, the struggle with life and death and what life is about, the suffering and the joy and the pain, the ordinary things of life, the eating, the sleeping, the working, the engagement with one another, and the daily tasks. The realities of flesh and blood human life. We hold both of these things together. And these holy, sacred moments give us strength and vision to hold the ordinary moments of our lives. The transcendent and the immanent, if you like. And God is in both. God comes to us in these big moments of profound wonder and stirs our heart and our mind and our spirit and opens us to something deeper. But God is in the ordinary moments of life, the walking of the dog along the track or the beach, the preparing food and eating together, the daily work, the work around the home, the work outside the home, the pulling of weeds, the mowing of lawns, the growing of vegetables. God is in all of this, and God holds us and draws us more deeply into the wonder of life. Often we get caught up in the stuff of life, the daily grind, the daily things that demand our attention. And we need these other moments to take us into another place that lifts us and leads us and opens us to the wonder of life, the sacredness and the holiness of life, and the presence of God. I invite you to be aware of those sacred and holy moments of life that are all around us. Allow them to draw you in and draw you closer to the living God, and give you strength, hope,